plant a little too close to the ditch. 25 inches of rain. Guys, welcome back to the farm. Hey, that was Mark over there, over yonder in this field when he got stuck. There's a big drain that runs from the back of the farm, and it kind of hits there in the middle of this field and it goes all the way to the back too. He got a little too close to that edge. That was yesterday. We were filling this fourth bag. This is our overflow bag. We had a bunch of rain moving. It was a sticky day bagging. I don't like bagging when the rain is misting because it's dangerous when it's slippery. Stuff's dangerous enough, but there's your overflow bag. It's only about a half bag. This is mostly for the heifers, and when I start feeding and those corn silos get empty, there's 2 corn silos. It's going to be number 1 and it's number 4. When they get empty, I'll dip in whatever's left of this. Then I got the main bags over there. But we're getting ready to fire up. We're going to head over to the dry cow lot and we're going to fill that silo today. At least that's the plan. Hopefully we don't have any issues. But yeah, we'll dip out of this. We'll feed some of these heifers. But other than that, it's been sticky. It's going to be wet, but we've got to keep moving forward. Those 2 silos are full. All that's left is down there. Let's go. I'll show it to you a little bit. This is the dry cow lot. That's the silo we'll be filling. I'll show you and tell you all about this place. Mark's going to fire up because all these wagons are empty. Dad's hauling, he's got the weight. Greg's buttoning up the silo unloader with Lonnie. And we'll have to climb up there and catch it. This is where we house all our young heifers that are bred heifers and dry cows. They've got lean-to there, has got free stalls in it. And we converted this old hip-roof barn to free stalls in there. And we primarily feed them corn silage just out of this silo. And dry first cutting hay, and they do well on an open concept, but when that sun's shining, it's kind of overcast today, but it really helps them. Look how clean she is. Letting her down. Letting this down so he can pin it. You've seen me do that. Lonnie's getting the power cord. We've got apparatus set up with the bucket to pull this winch up. We needed to come up a good 1.5 feet. They're putting a couple doors in as we speak. That heifer was just licking that piece of metal. But dusty in there. Test run. Some dirt on that. Oh! Working. How's that? Lonnie cranking it up. It's going up pretty good. Good. All right, we got to climb up there. Need to grab this ladder. I'll show you kind of how this setup is. This is the water trough. I'll show you the setup once we get fired up and everything's running smooth, but they're cranking that up. We got to get up there. He's already got a load chop. And we made it to the top, and the unloader's coming all the way up. She's extremely dark on there, but she's coming up. This has got a newer discharge elbow on it. When I go down there, there's a cable. I'll have them do it. right here. They'll release that and that'll flop down on there. It stopped. So when it shoots out of here, it'll direct it to the center. Field across the street here is some grain corn that we'll sell, and a good shot of these round bales. We feed about a bale a day in them in that barnyard. Main farm's way up there. If you look hard enough, you can see it. And there's our prime. All that green's our prime chopping fields. Unloader's going up nice and straight and still. 5 feet! Oh! That's good! Let's fill her up. Let her down. All right. Drier side is kind of blowing southwest towards me. You fill this silo from the opposite side. Definitely a nice view I got. It's a lot different than what I'm used to. Take my sweatshirt off. It got a little hot hooking them PTOs up. See how she's a little bit dry, and this happened to us last year. Last silo that we're filling. But this field, I seen it with the drone, and I kind of remember now, we planted 2 different varieties. 60% of it, we hauled up a mile filling that last silo. It was green, really good green. But as you got over, you could see how the planter started running out into a different variety, and it's a little drier, but nothing you're gonna do about that now. You're not gonna get as much in a silo that way. You'll get more in when it's greener, but it is what it is. I wanted to check to show you this. So this was from last year. He just fed out of it, and so it will turn into some great corn silage. That stuff's just pure mush. Smells so sweet. But yeah, we button her up and we're filling her up. If you're ever wondering the evolution on this dry cow lot, we put these J bunks in and some H bunks. Used to run this way with an old auger, and this seemed to work better. You fill the silo, you turn it on, we put them bunks there. It falls down there, you just scoop up with a skid steer and dump it in, and then you can dump manually, pour some mineral on top, give them a little bit of mineral. But other than that, it works pretty good. I've got a separate playlist on my YouTube channel, on this channel. If you if you want to look through it. I've got 3 or 4 videos of when we did this. We had to pour concrete in here and fix it up. It's a work in progress, never ending, but we gutted this. This used to be an old stanchion barn for milking. Now there's free stalls in it. We just poured a curb all along here. There was never stalls there. They just built that for cover. And then now they're laying in there, and then there's some stalls in here. But she's a bit outdated, but it works. It really does. They seem to like it when they can just get out in the fresh air. Red heifer right there, just starting to bag, just starting. Nice small head on her. And on the other side, where we keep the skid steer, mineral, some fuel, we put in another bulk tank here, an old bulk milk tank for their water. And he's got to come in and scrape this every day. You know, it's not totally foolproof, but what is? So we opened that right up. There used to be lofts all in this. Tried to tie it together as best we could so it don't fall in. But yeah, it's actually a pretty good leisure area. And it being so high like that, you farmers know, or anybody that knows anything about ventilation, it's extremely cool in that barn in the summer. He's gonna come in 2 days, and we're gonna hoist that silo loader up in that first silo. He's got a pulley on a cherry picker. He puts up the top of there, it kind of can swivel. We're gonna tie them augers on, the blower, the motor, and if we have to, we're gonna pull it up with a side-by-side, but we might pull it up by hand, but then he'll loft it inside the center. I'm gonna try to show that to you. Had a lot of questions about that unloader, but that's got to hang from the top, and the pulley broke at the top of that tripod. That's what happened, and the cable fell, and then it snapped and shredded the cable, dropped the unloader. But so for him to put a new cable in and a new pulley, that silo's got to be full, which it is, and we're gonna help him do it. So you got to bring it in through the roof. How you doing tonight? Look at that cow. Go scrape that back in. All right, have a good night. Now for the main course. I already ate half of it. We've got turkey, salami, cheese, pickles, lettuce on wheat. To note that, see how old that silo and barn looks? It's old, but anytime you're driving by down rural America and you see a silo and a barn out yonder, then there used to be cattle there. It may not be there now, but more than likely it was a smaller dairy setup. Like I said, they milked inside here. They had stanchions. They had like an alleyway with feeders on the sides, how they did it. And the cows would kind of lock their heads and they milk them from behind. This is the original milk house. Now this barn's been sided, but there was probably a port right here where the hose went through, and they had a cement pad here poured from a long, long time ago. So there was a little milk tank in there, and since then we've had to punch a newer well, and that's all in there. Backside of that wall is where we have that water trough. But yeah, there's the milk house where they picked the milk up. Great spot. Come pulling in off Bowers, milk truck, boom, right there. Easy in, easy out. I'll show you how they fed out of the silo, because the original sliding door to the granary is still on the hinges. Matter of fact, I remember who Grandpa bought these. I'll have to check the dates. I ended up getting all the deeds to all this land, and it's amazing. All the old deeds. I got some dated back to 1890. I need to look into it and figure out which parcel's which, and then I can put it together and you can see the price of it, when it was, and who's lost it, and then tell you exactly how they lost it. But you've heard stories of people having land back then would lose it in a poker game. But the people that owned this was LeBairs, and another name was, oh, I can't think of it, but I ended up getting that. See, this was a little room here. And like I said, there's stalls in here now, but that used to be a milking setup. This is the old door, granary door, and they would open and shut this, and they probably came in here with some type of feed cart. Now this is a huge silo, so they had to have some sort of head down here, a decent amount, but probably to feed it by hand. And I've heard of guys doing that. It's not exactly easy, but they got it done. So there's a little bit of history, and we're moving on. We're about to end with another load. Owned by LeBairs and Boleyn. A lot of history. We're still farming it, and now it's tiled. Guys, girls. Back home, just stoked the wood stove. It's not been terribly cold. 38 tonight though, I think. So I still got to get organized and get some wood cut and stacked, but I'm just kind of day by day right there for now. It's not burning a whole lot. Got these heifers coming out. It's bad. We did a pretty good slug in there, and we should be finishing that up tomorrow. Next day, we're gonna put a bag down there too. Hey girls. Well, thanks for sticking around. Grateful for a beautiful sunset I seen tonight. I'm usually not down there at a mile from this farm. I'm on the back side of it, and the sunset and the whole place, everything up here was just lit up, glowing. And then the sun went down over there, and I just started turning purple and pink. And my wife texted me and she said, "You see that sunset? You might be a good time to get the drone out and get it on camera." And I said, I seen it. I missed it. I was in the moment. I didn't feel like taking the time. How you doing, Bubba? Oh, this is gonna be a friendly one. This will be your milker soon. Probably 7 months. She's probably a couple months bred. All right, on that note, take care, everybody. Oh, I want to tell you, if you see some of this stuff I'm wearing, this sweatshirt, this is my dog tag sweatshirt. If you ever see what shirt I'm wearing, if you ever want to purchase one, I've got a website, Siegler Farming /farmfocus.com. And you can get, I got hats and shirts. This is more of a military shirt, but whatever, no pressure. Okay, take care, God bless. See you next one.